everybody, and welcome back to another Waltons review where we are reviewing The Legend. With me is Resolute Germ. How are you doing, Resolute?
Not too bad. How you doing, Gorilla?
I'm doing pretty good today. We didn't have the boss there half the day there, but we had some other stuff going on. But I'll mention that later. But so we got a comic relief episode after that heavy episode the other day here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that. So we'll start out like we always do with the intro. This must be John Boy's meadow right here where he's walking.
Usually each family has its own special folklore, stories and anecdotes polished smooth with the telling. The setting for most of our legends was Walton's mountain. But one favored part of our folklore took place far from the mountain, when my father had served overseas in what was then called the Great War. To us children, my father's stories of the places he'd seen and the men he'd known were endlessly fascinating. And then one day, a legend came to visit us.
All right. Now I got a question before we get started here. When you first met Harrison there, or Tip, did you think he was hiding something that was full of shit?
Definitely. Just like that car like that into depression. He either lost everything or stole everything.
Yeah, that's what you thought? Okay. So we start out here with a fox is getting in the hen house there. They're gonna and they're mad at the dog because the dog will bark it the morning after, but not bark during the damn the fox is there. That's a worthless damn dog right there. Then. So yeah, they call him out. They're all cool looking. They'll fix it. Now, here's the thing. You think they would start giving Jason more responsibilities once he turned 50? He's 15, but yet it's always John and John Boy have to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15, about the time should be getting to do more of the advanced stuff.
Yeah, he could have gone out. He'd have John Boy and John teaching him how to use the damn shot, going out there to go looking for the fox. You think they would have had him trained already in case something does happen.
You should at least know how to shoot because he's the last line of defense.
Yeah, I can understand him not taking Jim, Bob, or Ben, but come on, Jason's 15. He should have been out there chasing foxes with them.
Yeah. An emergency situation, John and John Boy out there. He's the one standing behind the door waiting to shoot the bear or the burglar or whatever's trying to get at the rest of the family.
Yeah. So, yeah. They tell him to go. John Boy wants him to replace there. Then, apparently Grandpa has to take forever doing the little prayer and tell Grandma there has to smack his hand like, come on, hurry up, I'm fucking hungry. Yeah. And apparently, this was kind of funny this here little second.
Cut it short. Amen.
He says, hey, thanks for this dear old lady who likes to cut it short. So apparently, I'm not going to play any of the stories they told there, but I was surprised that they let Elizabeth and Jim Bob, hear the stories. Well, here, I'll play what the letter says.
Oh, I'll open it.
What is it?
Do you know who sent me this telegram? No, but we'd like to know.
Come on, son.
Theodore Roosevelt Harrison.
So apparently everybody knows who this guy is. Apparently he was also named after a president. They must have been big Teddy fans. Which,
that doesn't quite think up. Well, yeah, he was 20 years at this point.
Yeah, it's Theodore Roosevelt. He was elected in 1903, so he'll have been just probably about president. No wait, well, what was Teddy?
He's a little bit of a name in the early 19th or the late 19th century because the Spanish American War is what really made his name.
Yeah, and
But that
Grandpa Char.
was
Yeah, because Grandpa was under Theodore Roosevelt's command or something like that, or he
yeah,
served with them.
that is
But
35 years ago.
yeah,
So they're pushing the limit on him being named after because he'd
when
be like 40.
the Spanish American War, that was. Well, this all takes place in 1933, so.
Yeah. So they're pushing like 35, 34 years at that
Uh,
time.
oh, okay, the Spanish. Holy shit, that was a short war. We must really kick their fucking ass. Because that's from April 21st. That was with the main blowing up to August 13th, 1898. So,
Yeah,
but
so Tip must be a good 10 years or so younger than John.
well, let's see. I think we didn't enter the war till 1917. So 33 minus 7,
So
72.
he'd be like would have been like 19 at best. But John is in his 40s.
Yeah. Or what they could have happened is he lied about his age and he was he was like 17 or 16 or 17 when he went into the Great War.
Yeah, so I'm just assuming that because if he was John's age, it doesn't really line up.
Yeah. And a little fun fact, the teddy bear was actually named after Theodore Roosevelt. I'm not sure if anybody cares about that, but that's a different story. All right, let's get back to this letter.
Just like that. Sent me the first telegram I ever got. What does it say? Read it. All right.
God, they're way too excited over a telegram. Way too excited.
Right? Attention, Corporal Cootie Bait.
See, with that nickname, Corporal Cootie Bait, first you think Livy would have some damn questions on that nickname right there, and I think Elizabeth and Jim Bob there, and even Ben would be like, "What's Cootie Bait?"
Best not to ask.
Yeah,
They know the name. They more interested in what he has to say anyway.
yeah, but if I was Livy, I'd be having some questions on that one because they're dating at the time or they're married already. Because I know a lot before both the wars there, a lot of the men got quickly married before they went overseas in case they were killed. That their wives would get their benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the caissons will be rolling through your sector tomorrow.
What's a Cajun?
Over a hill, over a dale, hit the dusty trail until the caissons come rolling along.
Okay.
Here. Like to share your bivouac for an hour or two. We'll win the war all over again. Always your buddy.
Yeah, so yeah, they get the letter, they're all coming. So now they're telling the stories there. Stories I would definitely not want the younger kids to hear. John Boy, Jason, and Mary Ellen, yeah, let them hear a few stories here and there, some of these stories, but the younger kids, I definitely would not explain it to the younger kids yet. So apparently he stole a train, became a mayor of a town, all this stuff. And apparently he brought like 8 women back to the barracks or something.
I sure hope he shared. Very quick way to really alienate the rest of the guys serving with you if you hold all that all to yourself.
Yeah, but they all had girlfriends, I'm pretty sure that he shared that.
Yeah, on a different continent.
But that story doesn't. But that story just never gets told. I'm not sure how I feel about those old uniforms. I'm sure they're nice dress uniforms, but they would definitely not go well in battle.
Yeah, that's definitely a dress uniform.
That would
It
not.
looks like cavalry dress.
Yeah, but that would not be work good for like going for actual in the fighting.
Yeah, it wasn't used for that.
Yeah. So yeah, they're all looking forward to meeting him, and apparently he's never told Livy about the other parts of the war.
Which is to be expected.
Yeah. So now they're doing the oh shit, we got people coming over cleaning, and Grandpa can't figure out what the fuss is. Now this is a fancy ass damn car. I wonder how much. I reckon how much that thing cost. Because that had to cost a pretty penny.
At the time, at least $1,000, $500 to $1,000. That's the top of the line rolls.
Yeah.
Looks like it anyway. I can't barely see the head ornament.
Let's see if I can get a better shot here. Is that a good shot?
It's probably as good as you're gonna get, but I still really couldn't tell. I couldn't tell in the normal. And we got another guest.
You got another guest?
Oop.
And hey,
There you go.
There you go. How's it going? Hello?
Can you hear us?
Well, he's working on his bike issues. We'll keep going. So now they're reacquainting. He introduces them to himself. Tells Johnny he's always a lucky son of a bitch. When he sees Livy. Yeah. So yeah, John goes and gets his luggage and stuff. Oh yeah, they're talking about the first time he had champagne was in a bombed out wine cellar there, and he had to drink it out of a German helmet. Which I didn't think there was that much movement in World War One. I thought by the time they got there, well, actually, come to think about it, it's Americans that really started pushing the Germans back.
Yeah.
Because we managed to do what the British didn't, and we broke the German lines with our tanks. Because we used diesel instead of gasoline. We had better engines. We didn't.
It wasn't so much the tanks; it was the manpower.
Well, they used the tanks to block the machine gun fire to push our men forward. They didn't use the tanks as as much as a weapon, but more as a
mobile cover. Yeah.
Yeah, mobile cover. So apparently he's gonna be taking John Boy's room. Yeah, and this is where John Boy realizes here that the car is registered to Harold T. Harrison, but we all know that his name's Theodore, and so is the luggage is coming from him. Now, do you think he stole it from his brother, or his brother loaned it to him?
I'm not sure if there is a brother.
No, it's confirmed later on. Because John, I was going to show the scene that John Boy and John were talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think little tip there may have been less than honest.
And stealing it?
Or no, not just being a little less than honest that, oh yeah, this screw up brother of mine can't do nothing right. And all the time he's an only child.
Okay. So here they're talking. Apparently John Boy's kind of giving him the fifth degree there. Now all he says is he does investments, but he'd be nuts to do any investments at the height of the Depression.
unless your name was Kennedy.
Well, the Kennedys just knew how to fuck people over.
Yeah. JFK's pops, he's one of the only guys to make money off of the stock market during the Depression.
Yeah. But I guess it's no different than what we got going on nowadays in Congress. Because don't tell me how someone has $174,000. Well, actually, speaking of the house, is what, $225,000 a year. But even that, for $174,000 a year, is worth like $130 million.
Yeah.
How some of these people who've been in Congress.
The funny thing is Papa Kennedy had nothing to do with politics at the time. He is just your regular old scumbag.
Huh.
It's his kids he steamrolled into politics. He was just into crooked stock deals, mob connections, all the regular stuff of the day that made up a rich crook.
Oh, he had mob connections. Why was JFK going after the mob?
No idea. Probably because the mob his father either screwed over the mob or the mob screwed over his father.
Yeah, but he's kind of a dumbass. They're going into an area, driving into an area where a sniper could easily hide with no roof on the car. I wouldn't do it. But I think it was after JFK that they started putting roofs on the car, because I think Roosevelt, FDR got shot in Miami in the topless car, too.
I know he got shot at. I don't know if they actually got him.
I think
I know he got the job originally because the actual president at the time got shot right up close.
FDR?
Teddy.
Oh, Teddy. No, he got shot, but what saved him was a speech in his pocket. Yeah, a speech in his pocket, and it slowed the bullet enough that it went about only like an inch into his skin, so it didn't penetrate the heart or the lung. FDR, the president in the 30s and the 40s there, he was shot in Miami, but it was like it was a flesh wound instead of an actual life-threatening.
Okay, so
that's why nobody ever hears about that. Yeah, you think about it.
I know there was 2 or 3 attempts on FDR. Because let's face it, FDR was one of the biggest scumbags ever to live. So there's a whole bunch of people that wanted him dead.
I don't know. I thought he was really well loved.
That's what the image they wanted to portray of him. But there were groups, pretty much anyone he fucked over, which was half the country at the very least.
Yeah.
The military liked him. The city sort of liked him. If you owned a small business, if you owned a farm, if you saw him, you wanted to shoot him.
Okay. Yeah, because it's kind of funny. We know of the 4 presidential assassinations. You had Lincoln, McKinley, JFK, and I can't remember the 4th one. Was it Harrison? Or was he the one that died of pneumonia?
I think he's the one that died of the... I thought it was maltreatment from his physicians.
I don't know. There's one that died of pneumonia right after he got inaugurated, like a month after. But how it doesn't matter. So we had 4 assassinations. Then there's 3 we just talked about. There's 3 that I know of that got attempted assassinations. There was FDR, Reagan.
I'm sure all of them got an attempt or 2.
Well, Well, I'm talking about ones that actually got somewhere along the line, close to it. Then we got Teddy, because I don't count the one that they had against 45 there because the guy was completely retarded. He just walked right up to the cop and asked him to borrow the cop's gun so he could go shoot him.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's been more than just crackpot attempts on every one of them. They just don't like you to hear about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the ones that we've actually heard about and actually got close to, like actually, like Theodore Roosevelt. If he didn't have that speech in his pocket, he would have been dead. Reagan, they managed to get him to the hospital pretty damn fast. There at FDR was just a flesh wound. Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Okay.
Not. I'm not talking some couple nutcases sitting in the basement drinking beer, coming up with a half-cocked plan. But
And that worked before.
All right, let's get back to the episode before we draw too much attention there. So yeah, we're playing checkers there. That's when we learned about it.
Yeah, he's not too intelligent.
Yeah, I think he purposely knocked the checker table off there because he doesn't like.
Yeah, I think that was obvious.
Yeah. Then apparently they formed the chow line. Oh yeah, now they're singing and all that. I'm actually surprised they let him. They actually let him smoke in the house.
John smokes his pipe at times.
Yeah, but Livy frowns upon cigarette smoke. She told him to get that devil's stick out of her house. Smoke it out on the porch.
It's John's old friend. I don't think he'd stand for that, so she just didn't bother.
Yeah, because pipe tobacco and cigarette tobacco were two different things back then, I believe. They still are today.
The quality level, mostly.
Yeah. So they're singing there. Oh, Livy told I laughed when Livy says, how about we stop singing about that damn old lady now? He just kind of gives John the look. Then let's hear from Grandma. This coming from Grandma here made me laugh. I feel like you did.
Well, it's a lucky thing women are too smart to get into wars. Otherwise, we'd be here all night telling stories and singing songs. Come on, Omega.
Yeah, I think she's a little fed up with her grandpa and is drinking the champagne there. But yeah, you can tell she's getting a little irritated. She just wants to go to bed.
Yeah, time to wheel the old man upstairs.
Yeah, and they tell all the kids apparently the grandparents go to bed at the same time the kids go to bed. Because they wheeled everybody upstairs and even... Oh, wait, no, not quite yet. So apparently Elizabeth swallowed a tooth and they tell the John Boy shot a bear thing. So they're just he's just trying to get stories out of them. Yeah, so yeah, they're whisking all the kids upstairs. They told John to go upstairs, even though he always stays up later downstairs with them. And he tells them they have something there. I don't know how a person would have now Livy must not be in the room if he's telling this story with that apparently John was out kissing the what do you call it, mademoiselles or
Mademoiselles.
That was over there in France. Apparently Livy wasn't in the room for that one. So yeah, so he's kicking John Boy out there. He apparently Harris told him they're gonna go take him out up hunting in Canada there where he could get a 7-foot bear like he did. Yeah. So yeah. What the hell is KP? I'll put you on KP. Is that supposed to be like a report?
Kitchen. It's a punishment duty.
Oh, kitchen post. Okay. And here now you can tell he's really like he's hiding something, and I think it's catching up to him type look. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, it's in his breast pocket at the moment.
What was in his breast pocket? I didn't catch that.
The flask.
Oh yeah, he's a drinker and stuff. Yeah, apparently Libby asked if he's all right and stuff. Apparently, he would be because apparently he's all free spirited and he has the clothes wives and kids. But I don't think John would have it either way. Oh, we got another kid in the making right here. We got our kid in the making. So yeah, he's getting drunk up there. So now we got John Boy there. And apparently he wasn't gonna. Apparently, John's finally giving Jason a chance. Finally giving Jason a chance. So they go to load the truck up. Because he had to protest to get this here. Oops. Let's see.
Deliver some lumber. Need your help.
I promised Mama I'd watch this trash fire.
I'll take over.
Well, I don't know, Jason.
Yeah.
Daddy.
He's old enough to watch a damn trash fire. Hell, I'd even put Ben in charge of that.
Yeah, that's pretty basic thing.
Yeah. Or at least Ben with some supervision, like standing in the corner of the barn, kind of keeping an eye on him, but kind of letting him do. But Jason's more than this should have been his duty, not John Boy's.
Yeah, he should have
John
been doing
Waltons
stuff
only Walton.
like that for years.
Yeah. But apparently John Boy's the only one that can do anything,
Who can do anything.
Never said he was.
Well, I sure never said he was.
But it's the way you treat me, like I'm still a kid. Daddy, I'm 15 years old.
Yeah. He should have been doing that for a long time.
All right, Jason, you take over.
Thanks, Daddy.
Keep a good eye on that fire now. Don't let those sparks fly off.
I won't.
Make sure you got dirt covering those ashes. It's grass like tinder.
Yeah, I will. Just like I said.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. The trash. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. So him and Reckless are there. He must be the closest one to Reckless there. So apparently they got to go take that delivery up to Revville. And then apparently they tell the story about how they had the carrots for a week. They did have one good joke. They did have a really good joke in here. Because they said they got some real good meat there. They got rabbit. Which if anybody knows anything, rabbits are... There's a thing called rabbit starvation. Where, yeah, you'll feel full, but you'll starve because the rabbits have no nutrients. You actually have to cook the bones to get any nutrients.
Hell, even then, pretty scarce.
Yeah.
You're better just using it for bait for something else.
So I thought that was kind of a funny joke right there. So yeah, apparently Tip doesn't want to go to Revville. So then
He wants to keep on the move. He's obviously running from something.
Yeah, maybe he killed his brother and stole his car and luggage.
There's a possibility.
Yeah. Then we got this scene here. So they're taking a break. So yeah, they're gonna take a break here, so that John Boy has some questions for him. God, I hate having to pause this stuff, but damn copyright.
Shoot. Well, I've been thinking. Whenever there's been talk about the war between you and Mr. Harrison, it's always been happy stories about the fun and the good times that you all had together.
Well, why would you tell the bad stories? Well,
He'll get to that.
Yeah. So I got pause and comment.
Uh-huh. Those stories tend to get better and better as years go by.
Yeah, remember in the good old days before when you're a free spirit. So
Helps gloss over the
Is that
bad
true?
times too.
yeah.
I know that. That isn't all of it, is it?
No?
Like the Battle of the Argonne that you're always talking about all the time.
Yeah, so apparently John was in the Battle of the Argonne, that which is northern France, if I remember right. That's
I
that
believe
wooded
that's
area.
right.
Yeah, it's a wooden area between Belgium and France because the Germans in the Second World War went through the Argonne and cut the French off, and that's why they raised their white flag after 6 weeks, or was it 6 months? More than 2.
Yeah, they basically just did a pincer around their little Maginot line, and French never even saw it coming.
Yeah, well, I think they had some help from some British royalty there on where they're weakest at. Or rumor has it, allegedly.
Yeah. But to be honest, the French were pretty obvious about it.
Yeah. Now,
Tactical geniuses are not.
Yeah. I wonder how many people John had to shoot in the war. But we never
Not
knew.
something he counted.
Yeah.
Anyone who told you they counted, they lying to you. Even today, that if a vet won't, they'd try not to keep that in their heads.
Yeah. Except Cotton Hill. I killed 50 men! I killed 50 men! You know, I should take a shot every time you mentioned that.
Yeah, you'd be dead on episode 2.
Yeah.
That battle, and 40,000 men. You know that's more than twice as many people as there are in the whole town of Charlottesville.
I thought Charlottesville was a little bit bigger than that.
1933? No.
Yeah. I guess that's big for that area.
The son of man was there. He doesn't need to talk about it.
Well, if you won't ever talk to me about that part of it, then how am I supposed to understand what it's all about?
You know, he has a point on that there. But,
and John has the perfect response to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I wanted to show this, because John really brings this out here, right, in this next line.
No way I can make you understand.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Just go and fight a war?
What I went through in Argonne, son. Experience I hope you never have to have.
You know, I think every World War I veterans probably had to say that to their family. But lo and behold, their sons had to go fight even worse war.
It's pretty much a recurring theme in history.
Yeah, and spoiler.
You don't understand it. The children don't understand the war. The father who been through it does, and there's just no way to make them understand that once you know about it, it's not, you really don't go back to the whole everything's okay.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, John Boy gets to experience his own war. But I don't think that's much of a spoiler.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee. 17 years old in 1933.
Yeah. So I think that's everything I want to see. Yep, that was everything.
Yeah.
So we got Jason. He's actually doing his job. No Linz or no Sparks Skyway. He's actually burying it that real nice and good. He did everything he was supposed to, you know. It's not like he's like he's been doing it for 4 years and just haphazard every week, every day for the last 4 years, and has haphazardly just throws the shit on it and calls it good. You want to make sure he does his daddy proud and does it right. So then we
Yeah.
got Harrison here coming back smoking. Oh, they didn't. Uh, then they made sure to point out.
Yeah.
I,
Right
I don't.
where he drops it.
Yeah, I don't think I could get it quite good enough there. But
That's
right
not
there,
important.
they made sure to sit on this for a good second there to show. Oh, it's still he just threw it on the ground instead of stepping on it. You know, it's one thing to throw your cigarette on the butt on the ground, but it's another thing not to at least put it out. You know, and make sure
Yeah.
nothing happens.
And throwing it into dry grass like that, even if you did snuff it out, there's still going to be some heat there, and you're going to get some smoking at the very least.
Well, if he stepped on it and moved his foot there, made sure that all, it will have made it go out there because it would have been going into the dirt and stuff instead of it sitting on top of a hot ember right on.
If you're lucky to get it into the dirt in that situation, more than likely you'd just be grounding it into the grass.
Yeah, no, but
you'd end up with a little case of hot foot.
No, I think it will have gone out. I'm pretty sure. But anyhow, so apparently John Boy and John, Jason's still looking for more stuff to do. Apparently, John Boy and John either she's just trying to make him feel better, or they just haven't really fixed that hinge on her. Which I'm surprised if she was really waiting that long, why didn't she just go out there and grab a damn screwdriver? If they said anything, go, well, I've asked you to fix this 50 times. You still haven't fixed it. Why haven't Grandpa fixed it? I think this was just to make Jason feel better. Either that just broke the case. So yeah, he had to go. So he says he'll fix it. They come back and here Harrison sees the fire, and that's about the same time John Boy and John come. So this is the second fire we see at this house. Because the first time...
None of which started by a Walton.
What? Yeah.
None of which is just some ne'er-do-well they brought in.
Yeah. Because first one was Yancey, and now this one's his old friend there. So yeah, they're putting it out. Amazingly, that fence didn't catch on fire, and there was absolutely no damage. Oh, at least
it's a nice, good coat of lead paint.
Yeah. Oh, at least burnt the fence. No, the other one's straight wood. I will personally burn the fence down. So, yeah, apparently the younger kids didn't get the help. And Jason's apologizing to the day. He said, I tried to be so careful. He goes, you can't be, you can tell John's pissed. He goes, you can't be too careful there. And here, fucking, what's his name? Tip just let him take the blame. What an asshole. See, this is where I was really starting not liking the guy. Because I knew something was up, but, then he lets the kid take the blame for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what's going on in this scene. Oh, yeah, he tells them about some guy who fell asleep on sentry duty, then the major found him, and then the shell hit him, and he got covered in dust, and they made him think he was the one that fell asleep. Pretty funny story. But he sticks up for Jason.
That's the least he can do.
Yeah. This last scene here, you can tell John Boy's thinking about something. Something's not adding up with him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been suspicious since the baggage.
Yeah. So they all go in there. And this is where him and Jason talk goes, the wind's coming from the west, so how did the spark get over here against the wind, Then that's when they put two and two together, what really happened when they see Tip smoking it just throws a cigarette out right out in front of the porch there.
Thankfully, it lands on a nice painted surface.
Well, I landed in the grass, but it's wet grass. Or the short wet grass there. The
I thought
fox.
it landed on the step.
No, I thought it landed right next to the step. It might have landed in the rocks. Anyhow, that's not important.
Yep.
There. So now we got the hen in the fox in the hen house again. So they go and grab the guns. They, Jason really wants to go along, but they won't let him. But they invite Trip with them. So he gets the old shotgun there. There to go chase a fox through the mountains.
Gee, that's gonna go real great. An alcoholic trudging through the woods with a shotgun.
Yeah, but they don't know he's an alcoholic. Well, actually, I don't know how much scent booze back in the days had. Like nowadays, you could definitely tell if someone's drinking beer or some drinks, But we had a guy there at work. God, he was so drunk the other day. We had like a 3-foot wide ladder that when you step on it, the legs secure in place. It's a real wide ladder that steps up there. There it had like 4 legs on it. It goes straight up and you can move it with wheels and stuff. He was so drunk the one day he about tipped that damn thing over. Yeah, and
how you doing, Pop?
And hey there, pop culture. We're just we're going through here, reminiscing about the episode. But anyhow, this guy was so damn drunk he about tipped that damn ladder over. This guy reeked so bad of fucking beer. I could tell you exactly what kind of beer he drank. He liked that old Milwaukee High Life. I can tell you that. But some of the ladies there were saying, well, there's certain medication that can make you smell like beer. I was like, if you reek so damn bad that you can tell exactly what kind of beer it is, that ain't no damn medication.
It doesn't matter either way. Medications, alcohol, whatever, you're responsible for your own condition. If you're screwed up, you're screwed up, and you need to know better not to get on that ladder.
Yeah, well, this was every day. This guy reeked about him. Good thing he didn't drive to work. He didn't last very long.
Yeah. Are you saying Milwaukee High Life or Miller High Life?
Milwaukee. The same it was the same shit my grandpa drank.
So the real cheap stuff.
Yeah, it's the same stuff my grandpa drank. It has its own special scent to it and everything.
Turpentine?
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm actually surprised. John must have to do this a lot, or he's in a lot better shape than he looks, because him and John Boy are able to keep up while Tip there is way back struggling to keep up,
Yeah, John does that almost every day. City Slicker hasn't done that in years.
Yeah, they're telling him he can go back if he wants, but anyhow, they kind of they kind of split up. They're talking about the Barry shot, They kind of split up. This is where Harrison just starts drinking and he hears rustling in there. But he keeps drinking and walking. Apparently they probably lost the scent. Oh, here's another scene I want to show. Not Harrison drink. Okay.
He and the fox are off playing Pinochle somewhere.
Yeah, Pinochle, that's a card game, ain't it? If I remember correctly. Yep. Yeah, I think my grandma used to play that all the time. But,
Where Tip is.
Daddy, I want to ask you another question.
What? Yeah. So, yeah. Now we're going to finally get some damn answers here.
Who's Harold Harrison?
Harold? Well, that's Tip's younger brother. Tip always said he didn't have enough gumption to tie his own shoes.
So, is he basically saying that his brother is mentally retarded?
It'd been more just of a screw up at the time.
A screw up, okay.
How do you know about him?
I just happened to notice that the car was registered in his name, and the luggage had his name on it, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. Daddy, I hope you don't mind my saying this.
No, what John Boy's about to say, I don't think it would really bother anybody. To be honest.
There's times I just can't believe that Mr. Harrison is really as old as you are. In some ways, he seems even younger than me.
You noticed that, did you?
It's as if when the war ended, that he just stopped too. He just kept going over and over those same adventures. At least you've been making something for yourself. Something good for all of us.
And that puts a smile right on John's face here. John Boy earned himself some brownie points there.
Yeah. And you can tell John knew there was something wrong with his friend the whole time by the way he responded there.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think Tip was so traumatized by the war that he's kind of stuck in that loop. But loop there. And he's like, when he's out laughing and all that, he's in the good times loop, but when he's drinking there, he's in that bad times loop, if I'm making any sense there.
Yeah. Yeah, is what they call now PTSD.
Back then, that was World War One. It was called shell shock.
Yeah.
Then they weakened it to battle fatigue. And then Korean War was operational exhaustion. Then Vietnam, it turned into post-traumatic stress disorder. Which the post-traumatic stress disorder, yes, you can see a lot of depression and all that, but you can also be stuck in some of the, like when you there's like what would you call it, shore leave times. He's stuck in those, trying to remember those to get the bad memories out.
Yeah, this what leads to a lot of alcoholism and some of the stronger drug use.
Yeah, and this is turning into a good like a good PTSD. What can happen that's, because all we see, like when we see like PTSD is all the bad stuff, but it's not necessarily. But we're also seeing that, yeah, he's stuck in the good times too, trying to remember the good stuff too.
Yeah, it's sort of like bipolar, manic depression.
Yeah. Wait, are you guys still hearing me pretty good?
I'm hearing you pretty good.
Huh? Because my mic came unplugged. My mic's been unplugged this whole time.
You must be using a different mic.
I must be using the one attached to the thing here. But if it's coming through pretty good, then I'll just leave it unplugged.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what else you got to say. So you got the big old shit-eating grin.
Let's go look for old Tip.
Yeah, so apparently now they got scrounging through the mountains looking for a city slicker who doesn't know the backwoods. So then he comes up here. He takes another drink and he hears the sound rustling. And he fires off a shot. And he shot poor Reckless. He shot the dog. He shot the fucking dog.
And this is where he crosses the line.
Yeah, and see, with back then when they actually made the bullets actually pretty good here, a wound like that would have killed that dog right away. That dog should be dead, not sitting there whimpering.
Depending on if he got a direct hit from one of the one of the buckshots or if it just grazed by
Well, you
him.
got. Well, looked like it went straight in here. Here, looked like it spread out along this whole muscle here in his leg. So unless his leg muscle stopped every single one of those, well, maybe his leg muscle did stop every single one of those bullets. Maybe because that's a strong dog, so maybe the muscles were thick enough to stop it from entering his heart and lungs and every vital organ.
I'm thinking more of it just like a flesh wound. It ain't you ain't take a direct hit. It just went through the
Yeah,
skin.
and that's where the like those are just pepper grazing spots.
Yeah,
Shot. Okay.
because if you took one full force, it would have gone through.
Yeah. So that had to have been a grazing shot. But you know, you can't kill off the family dog there, because you know this is 1970s TV. You can't kill off the family dog like that. So then
At
he's
least
like,
not until
"Oh,
sweeps.
yeah," and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he runs off. He lies to him. He said he thought he'd seen something, but he said it was just a shadow. Shadow there. He's just wasting ammunition. You know, he didn't cross the line. He did not cross the line with shooting the dog. That was an accident. There, where he crossed the line is he lied about it. It was going to leave that dog there to die. He lied to him.
Yeah. And in that situation, if the dog dies, you die.
They can forgive him.
It's a nice
for,
big mountain. You'll never find a body.
Yeah, they'd probably forgive him for shooting the dog by accident. You know, that's believable enough to believe. But to shoot their dog, then lie about shooting their dog, that's where he crossed the line. Yeah. Well, he's gonna wait, but they decide that they have to look for that he'll come back when he's hungry enough. They're fighting over who wants to carry the luggage. Yeah. So yeah, they're taking off. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently they could. Apparently, according to Grandma, they could feed the family for 10 years with the price of that car. Oh, this would have been a big mistake at my house right here, saying that you're bored. It's where when Marielle says it's gonna be so boring without him around, because well, and Libby's like, yeah, I got some stuff for you to do. You won't be bored. If I would have said that at my house there that I'm bored, my parents would have found something for me to do. They did. I'd made that mistake one time. I said I'm bored. I never made that mistake again. That garage spot was damn well clean, and so was that basement.
Yeah. That's the type of mistake you rarely make twice.
Yeah.
If you do, you are some type of stupid.
Oh wait, I just had to clean the basement that time because it was when I got my minor. Is when I had to clean the garage. I had to clean the basement there. I had to clean out the car. I had to do all kinds of shit when I got my minor. So yeah. So yeah, they're going to go get some heavy duty wire. Then the guilt's catching up to Tip here. He pulls off the side of the road, and John spots him. John stops.
Yeah, he's having that crisis of conscience.
Yep. So this is another part of this here made me is where I started feel bad for Tip.
Tip, what's the matter?
John. It's about your dog.
Reckless?
Yeah, John wasn't quite sure what he was talking about it for a second. He was like kind of confused why he was talking about his dog. Was that Germ?
I didn't say anything. That was a plane.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
I shot him. I shot your dog. Up there in the mountain, I heard something in the bushes, and I just blazed away.
You kill him?
I know.
Daddy, I'm gonna drive on back.
Just a second, son.
Yeah. So they finally found out what happened, why Reckless didn't come home.
Tip, I'm your friend. Why couldn't you come to me?
I don't know. I just couldn't.
See, yeah, that's why I wonder why he didn't say something to John, because they're friends, Was he scared to lose John as a friend or what?
Well, that's what the booze does to you. Makes you turn away from friends, family, anything that isn't the booze.
Yeah.
And another thing. The fire. I let the boy take the blame, but it was my fault. A cigarette.
This is where John gets really pissed, because he let Jason take the blame.
You did that to my Jason.
I'm sorry, John. I shouldn't have come back. I should have left things like they were.
You know what made this scene a whole lot better? If he would have ripped him out of it, or just punched him for that one, for letting his son take the blame for that. Instead of just getting the yeah. But there's something soft about John, where the disappointment's almost, where you almost wish he was violent with you instead of doing the disappointed thing.
Yeah. Said if he got violent, he couldn't finish the rest of the dialogue.
Yeah.
But I keep looking.
What?
Well, for me, I mean, the way things used to be when everything I did was right. I mean, that's the way it was over there, wasn't it, John?
Yeah.
I wanted to be like that again. But it won't. Not now.
Yeah. And see, that's where I was talking about, where he's stuck in that loop where apparently he did his duty, and did everything that needed to be done in the war, so where that screwed him up to where now when he thinks he gets back stateside, he can't do nothing right, and he just gets in that endless loop where he knew where he is doing everything right, but during the war, but now he thinks he can't do anything right after the war.
Yeah. He probably had one or two setbacks when he got back and just spiraled from there.
Yeah. And John doesn't even say goodbye. He just walks away.
Listen, Tip.
Oh, wait, man. I forgot about this part.
What you're talking about is memories. That's all they are, memories. Good memories, but just memories. You got to put them away in the shoebox. You got to retire them. Tip. One thing I've learned is every day's a new thing. A chance to start again.
What? How does John just always know what to say?
He's a TV dad. It comes with the job.
Hey, boy,
Why did Carl Winslow always know what to say? It's just what they are.
Yeah. I haven't seen Carlos Winslow, but John here, he always has the right advice for either John talking to him or or lecturing Tip here.
Grab a hold of now. Huh?
So yeah, now they're gonna head. Okay, now they're gonna head back to the house. So John grabs the shotgun there, and they're gonna go. So Grandpa, Jason, John, and John Boy all go tracking through the mountains there. Where it's kind of funny, John and John Boy are shouting there while Grandpa's actually sitting there tracking the damn dog. You know, that'd be a useful skill to have. No, it's John Boy. Oh, they even. Oh, I forgot they took Ben with them. See, Grandpa's doing the
Yeah,
smart.
it's a missing dog. It's all hands on deck.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised they brought Jason along or Ben along, but Jason probably whined until he could get along. You know, the other two are sitting there shouting while Grandpa's actually sitting there tracing the damn prints to see which way the dog would have gone. So Grandpa has that experience he can't quite get over. You can't. He has that experience there. So yeah, it's getting dark out. They're all gonna talk about heading home, and just magically now is when Jason was gonna go down in the gully there, and he pulls out his harmonica, and apparently the dog's still whimpering and all that, and just starts barking because he hears the harmonica. So now they're trying to figure out who did this to you. So yeah, then you got this scene here. He'll be happy in a couple weeks and all that. Yeah, I think Grandpa knows. I think Grandpa knows what's happening, but he's letting John cover up for him. I think he knows that John's covering up for Harrington there.
Managed to get himself shot.
Likely we'll never have an answer to that one.
See, is John lying or is he lying by omission?
But it's just something the family doesn't need to know.
Yeah.
Reckless isn't going to tell us.
Well, I don't like the idea of strangers up there firing guns in those mountains.
You know, Daddy, you never did say who it was told you about Reckless being shot.
That's right, son. I never did.
It's nice and quiet around.
So, do you think Jason put two and two together with that?
Most likely. But he knows not to dwell on it too much.
Yeah.
Here without Tip tonight.
Well, I don't know. I kind of miss the singing and the stories.
I miss the champagne.
You would.
I must confess, I had a few misgivings when I...
Yeah, so yeah, they're all happy that they met him and that. Oh,
Except I think you all should know one thing.
this is where I want
Jason
to
didn't
spoil.
start that fire. Tip did.
What?
We knew that, Daddy. Jumbo and me.
And now he finally fesses up that he knew for a while. That Jason knew for a while that Tip he just didn't say anything.
Well, why'd you speak up, son?
Just knowing seemed enough.
Dewey, that's not a good answer. Ego came up with something that is saying he didn't want to make Chip look bad in front of his dad or something because he knows they're all war buddies or something like that. Instead of just saying no is good enough.
That's essentially what he said.
Just less words than what I'm. Maybe that's the new generation or current generation thinking I'm in.
Yeah, don't need to spell it all out like that. It just he was vindicated in his own eyes and he knew the truth. That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
The boy would have spoken up. But the man didn't.
Huh. That's something to ponder on right there.
You
Billy,
never had an incident like that with your father?
no, not really.
Your
And
generation is odd.
yeah, and so John's pack away his old uniform here. He's it's nice to know it's there to fondle over the memories, but it's good to keep it put away. Oh, I think this order is.
Once in a while, it's a pleasure to take it out and look at it.
I'll be.
Try to remember the youngster ward. I sure don't have time to live with it 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Here's where it is.
The gallant gesture made in the face of great danger, the flamboyant exploit that shocks and delights. These are the usual materials for building a legend. But as I was growing up, I was privileged to watch the day-by-day growth of another kind of legend, fashioned out of long years of bone-tiring work, good humor in the face of daily hardship, and unfailing patience, understanding, and love. The quiet legend of John Walton, my father.
So, yep, there's our synapses. Yeah, so. Alrighty. So, I mean, it was a nice comedic relief. This episode here was a nice comedic relief versus the heavy episode that we had last week and all that. But it had a few flaws and stuff pointed out. I'm going to give this one a B+.
I'm a little more critical on it. Say everything up to the point where they got up into the mountains, or maybe to the point where he started to fire. I'd just wash that all away. That's all the hoopla he had with the kids and John the night before. That wasted time to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go a C+.
I mean, for the character, he was just. At least they redeemed his character, by making us feel bad for him in the end. And he
I wouldn't
fessed up.
go as far as say redeeming.
But he fessed up, and then he said he kind of explained why he did it. That he's in that PTSD loop.
Yeah, he's more of a sympathetic character than anything else.
That's what I meant, sympathetic. Like we felt sympathy for him after we, like we kind of knew where I was going with it, but it's not like they spelled everything out for us. So,
And we never did get an answer about why he had his brother's car and luggage.
yeah, they never did that. Let's see. What's our next episode? That'd be episode 11. Oh, I don't want that. There. I want. All right. Oh, we get the literary man next week.
I take it that's a big episode.
Not a big episode, but this is a John Boy. It's a John Boy heavy episode because there's a David Huddleston plays this basically a writer, a self-styled writer, and and John Boy gets enthused by him that it puts there's a contract that would really change the life of the family there, a timber contract that needs to get done like now, that's big for the family that they really need it done. But then this literary man shows up, and then John Boy slacks on his work there.
Has potential.
Yeah. I mean, whoever they hired for the writers of the show did good job so far. My opinion.
Yeah, they had a good generation of writers in the 70s.
Yeah.
They had
So
this, they had MASH going on at the same time. Great writing all around.
Hogan. Let's see. They had Mash, Hogan's Heroes, All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. Which Sanford and Son and would never be able to be made. Oh, actually, Ryan, they might make it today. No, just because it's a certain demographic. But like All in the Family
Yeah.
would definitely never been made.
They all in the Family Meet Sanford and Son. That would be Hollywood's nightmare at this moment.
Yeah, and the Jeffersons. I'm actually surprised they're bringing back All in the Family. They brought back All in the Family unless they really toned that show down, because that would definitely will have had people burning down L.A. just for that show.
You'd think so.
Yeah, especially when they come in there protesting the store. They go. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna fall through the floor.
Oh, that's Married with Children.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Married with Children. They brought that back. That show would have had LA burnt down for that show. Unless they really toned that down. I haven't seen the remake.
I'm not sure it's out, and it's supposed to be animated.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, most of the cast isn't really in screen shape at the moment.
Are you fucking kidding? So what? Bud become a drug addict and then can't show him on screen or what?
Well, Ed O'Neill is about, I think, 75, 80 years old, and Christina Applegate had a couple bouts of cancer.
Okay, those two are understandable, but what about the kids?
The guy who played Bud, I'm not sure about, and the one who was Peggy,
Kelly.
Kelly is Christina Applegate.
Oh, okay. So she was one of the kids. Okay.
Yeah. The other two are in relatively good health as far as I know.
Okay. I can't believe they're gonna fucking it. All right. So you want to tell us about your channel?
Yeah. I do cartoon content. New cartoon every week. The schedule I'm going for is a short on Monday, review on Wednesday or Thursday. Then, as always, Saturday morning cartoons, 8 a.m. Pacific every Saturday morning. We do 4 episodes of that week's feature cartoon.
Okay. And thank you, Pop Culture Curator, for coming there. Yeah, check out Pop Culture Curator on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Me, him, Scotty, and R37 and Anti-Derivative Jill doing watching or review an episode of the animated series there. And we got 3 episodes left in that. Then I think we're either going to Lost in Space, the original one, or Batman 1960s something. So keep it on. So make sure to check that out.
Just call it the Adam West Batman.
Oh, the Adam West Batman. Okay. Then on Tuesdays at approximately 12:30, even though Jill keeps changes the time on it, but no, but it's usually around 12:30. Sometimes it's a few minutes late. Sometimes it's around noon. So him, Scotty, R37, and Jill, they review Star Trek the original series. Really good reviews in that. I highly recommend. And then on Tuesday nights, him and usually Nemesis and a couple others, they hop on and it's they do a horror reviews, and right they just did the 3 Evil Dead. Yeah, Evil Dead movies there. You can tell that they have a passion for those movies, because they'll talk for 4 to 5 hours on those. So make sure to swing in there, come say hi, and check them out. Then also on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, me and Pop will review 2 episodes of Gilligan's Island. We're just about done with season 1 of that. So now for me, tomorrow, Tuesday's new. Which Nosferatu? Because I think I was just watching maybe I was watching the Bride of Nosferatu. However the hell you freaking say it.
Is that the 1920s version?
Yeah, because there's like 50 Nosferatu.
22.
1922. Okay, I'm gonna make sure to check on it. Now, Pop, I'll try to come onto that panel there, but I don't know if I can do the whole 4 hours. But I'll come on there. I'll give a couple cents on that there. But so that's good to know. So Tuesday is Nosferatu. Not there's only 2. I swear to God, that they remade that movie like 20 times. I swear to God they did. Let's say I've seen like 20 movies that were
Pretty formulaic. Think Dracula.
Okay, so there's that. So on Saturday there, maybe a noon stream, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But there's gonna be Babylon 5 Saturday night. We're starting season 4. Then on Sunday we are watching Homeward Bound. So, am I thinking Dracula? Okay, Bob. Thanks for correcting me there. I know I've seen quite a few Dracula movies, or at least I fell asleep to quite a few Dracula movies because I have this stupid habit of putting shit on right when I go to lay down. Then 15, 20 minutes later, I'm out. So, alrighty, then on next Wednesday we will be season 4, episode 5 of Stranger Things. So thank you, Pop Culture, for coming. Thank you, everybody who's watching the rewatch there. Thank you and all that.
Team Master.
And thank you, Team Master, for trying to come on, but apparently you're having mic problems. There, he does have a couple of shorts and all that. He does a little bit of comments or a couple videos and all that. So make sure to check him out.
Mainly the small Minecraft stuff.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.